There it is, people. That's the difference. See how little that tensioner piston's pushed out right now compared to the other one? That chain was completely stretched out because this thing just has not been maintained like it needs to be maintained. 3,000-mile oil changes. Car will last you a lifetime. That's all it takes. Alright, so one thing you definitely want to torque are these camshaft phasers right here. They got a dowel pin inside of them, and the last thing you want to do is damage the phaser, the cam, or shear that dowel pin off. That'll definitely ruin your day. So we're going to torque these down to the max torque. It's 54 foot-pounds, so that's what we got a wrench set here too. So that's what we're going to go to. Go to the intake one here. It's nice that manufacturers are going to putting little hexes on the camshafts. Give you something to hold on to with a wrench. Didn't do that for a long time, so you had to get kind of creative to hold the cam without damaging it. Nice and smooth. And that's 54. We got both phasers torqued down, new phasers, new chain, guides. Got our tensioner down there, and we are good to go. Next step, we're gonna throw the cover on. We got it cleaned up, some silicone on there, and button the cover up. Alright, got our timing cover here. Surface is cleaned up, new seal installed. So what we're going to do is just hit along the gasket surfaces here. Got 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. You want to make sure you hit those because those will be oil leaks if you don't. Those 3, both holes. This bottom surface here, I'm actually going to hit in the car on the oil pan, but on the timing cover I'm going to do that one. So we got our Permatex Ultra Gray here locked and loaded in our gun. I like using this stuff. I've had the best luck with this. It's a good product, and buying it and using it in the caulking gun has been a godsend. This is the way to do it. After years of squeezing out of tubes, or even those little cheese cans, which were really nice when they came out with those, but those are expensive. But this is definitely the way to do it right here. So let's get to that. So we're going around, tighten up our timing cover here, and one thing we do is we have silicone around these bolt holes here, 1, 2, and 3. Well, not this one, but this one and this one have silicone around them, but we're not ready to put those bolts in yet. So what we do is just thread them in there a little bit temporarily while we tighten the rest of the cover up, because I don't want any of the silicone that's going to squeeze as you tighten the cover up to go into these holes and cause me issues threading bolts in there, or not allowing the bolt to screw in all the way to get silicone into the end of the hole. So we just temporarily screw those in there to keep those holes clear. This one over here, and it'll just make things a little bit better later. So just one little quick tip or thing we do there. So we'll just keep tightening this cover up. So we got our AC compressor bolted back up, bracket here back installed. All you do is take the 2 bolts out of the bottom of the compressor and drop the bracket down. Then have to take the whole compressor out. If you happen to do one of these 2 bolts on the bottom of the compressor tend to get corroded, and since they're so long they twist and snap, so you got to be kind of careful with them if they don't want to turn. I need an AC compressor here. Pretty soon, sucker's leaking. So that's, I guess, something for the future. But timing cover's all up, oil pan's bolted up. Throw the balancer on, and button some stuff up on the top. Alright, so got our harmonic balancer on, water pump pulley, tensioner, belt tensioner, tensioner pulley. Remember, pulley's got a left-hand thread on it, so when you tighten it up, you're going left. Idler pulley down there, that on. Got the motor mount bracket in. So I think next stop's going to be put the power steering pump on this bracket here. Once that's in, we'll do our belt, and that's a lot of belt, man. That belt's going to be a pain in the butt, I think, to do. But the belt, and then we'll put our chassis motor mount bracket in, and the motor mount itself, and see where that brings us. All right, so we got our power steering pump in, pressure switch reconnected, second other pulley down here, get that installed. I got to do the belt. That's a lot of belt. I think that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but left ourselves a lot of room here to work. So hopefully that helps. All right, got our belt in. That went relatively simple. Not a belt, but went on pretty easy. It's nice if you do it without the motor mount right in your way. So we got a mount in. Put that in, tighten that up. Power steering reservoir back into place. Actually, what we'll do first, put this ground wire back in first. That nut, that bolt might sit right underneath the hose and make that kind of a pain in the butt, so let's do that first. So putting the valve cover back on, put a new gasket on it as I always would, and discovered the Velcro gasket does not fit this properly. The Velcro gasket listed for this car does not fit this car. So I ended up with a Molly gasket, which I believe is OE. That fit fine, obviously. So we put that on. Also, there was a broken bolt, what I thought was a missing valve cover bolt on this car. Because I know somebody's been in here messing around before. I thought they left the bolt out. They didn't leave a bolt out specifically. They broke a bolt and didn't do anything about it. That's why I didn't see the bolt. So it's a valve cover bolt. Back corner here. This one, this far back corner, which is probably one of the back corners in these things. That's where you're gonna have your leak. So it's kind of crappy. That's where the bolt's broken. We're gonna put it together like that for now because just don't have time to do anything about it. And this car's been here too long. So we'll let the customer know what's going on. If they want to fix it after, we can go after it after. It's not really that big of a deal to get to. Pop a valve cover off this thing isn't the worst thing in the world. So that's where we're at. So valve cover on. I'm going to put the coils on. Coils, the wiring. Keep on plugging. One more stupid way to do things. Alright, so we got this sucker all buttoned up, did a fresh oil change on it, it's full of oil. One last little look around all over, make sure we didn't forget anything or not plug something in or leave anything under the hood. I think we're good to go, so we'll come around and fire this thing up. I just cleared the codes out of it, the two valve timing codes, so I'm just gonna reach in and fire it up. Lit right off. Sounds as it should. Running good. Normally I would really like to be able to let that silicone set up overnight anyway. on that timing cover, but we just don't have time, so we're gonna have to go with it and hope it seals up good. Usually it's not too much of a problem, but it's just the way I like to do it. So get it running, get it together. Sounds okay, it's nice and smooth. I think we got any. No lights lit up here on the dash, so I think we're good. We're going to take this one out for a lap and see how she does. Stabilizer like that on this right front too. Mention that, just throw it out there when they come and pick the car up. But she runs good. She's smooth and peppy. It's good right now. I really drove it before, so I don't know what it was like, but feels good. Feels good, no lights. You can take it up the highway, go up and exit and back. It's about a 25-minute or so lap. See what happens. Make sure no lights, make sure it runs okay. And we'll call it done. Something else pops up, I'll chime back in, but I think we call this one all set. So that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed the show, and catch you on the next one. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.